ברוך אתה ה' אלוהינו מלך העולם שהכל נהיה בדברו. When God placed Adam in the Garden of Eden, he told him, you know, you have a purpose here. You have to work this place. You have to keep it. You can do whatever you want. You know, if you're hungry, you eat. At that time, we didn't eat animals. We only ate vegetables. We ate fruits. So God said to him, you know, you can eat whatever you want, except for one thing. Here is a tree of the knowledge of good and bad. I don't want you to eat of that tree. Why not? As a matter of fact, if God did not want him to eat of the fruit of the tree of the difference in good and bad, why did he place the tree there? Why entice man? Why tempt him? I really don't know. But maybe God was trying to teach man there are limits in this world. You can't do whatever you want. There must be a borderline that you cannot cross. Because if there are no limits, eventually you will become the slave of your appetites, of your desires. We have to make a framework around which you can work. And you cannot cross over the limits because you will lose your humanity. What is your humanity? Your freedom of choice. Is the drug addict a free individual because he can use drugs? No. He becomes enslaved to the drug. He is now forced to consume drugs, otherwise he cannot live. To the contrary, we have to set limits to our manner of being, otherwise we lose our liberty. Liberty means the ability to be able to choose what I want to do. If I want to be able to choose, I have to know that certain things I cannot do. You know, in the Jewish tradition, we have certain rules. You know, you can eat whatever you want. Not exactly. You know, in order to eat meat, there are only certain animals you can eat. There are certain foods that you can eat. You can't do whatever you want. You know, you can work. You can do whatever you want. 6 days during the week. Comes a day during the week when you have to set limits to yourself. On the Sabbath, you cannot work. You cannot use fire. You cannot transform things. You know, there are limits to what a human being can do. I repeat again, if God did not want us to eat from the fruit of the knowledge of good and bad, why did he place it there? To teach you that you can't do whatever you want. There are certain things that you must abstain yourself from doing it. And by abstaining yourself, you become the Lord over your own actions. Then your free will really comes into play. And this manifests itself, I think, in many aspects. I think today, when we're trying to somehow loosen all rules, there is no morality, really. It depends upon the situation. There are no absolutes in this world. In a sense, we are also giving up our freedom. How can you explain that in such an age, when we have so many things, drug addiction grows all the time? How can you explain that infidelity is nowadays more rampant than at any other time, it seems, in our history? Maybe because we have lost the knowledge of limits. And limits, in a sense, make you free, because then you can really choose what you want to do. You don't become the slave of your desires. You don't become the slave of the drug that you must to inject yourself, because otherwise you can't support the daily life. So think about it. You know, the restrictions that many a times society imposes upon you, not to take what belongs to somebody else, to respect somebody else's family. Remember, in the end, it really makes you free to be able to walk in the street and not to be afraid that somebody's going to kill you. You know, terrorists take advantage of that. What they want you is to lose the street. They want you to lose your liberty. To the contrary, when you put limits to your life, you really become free. And that is my message to you.